morning. You're on the Super Dave Show. Who do we have here?
Hi, this is Trevor. Boy, you got to get some IT guys from Elon to help you out there.
No kidding. It's it's hard to produce a show and do everything, but it is what it is. I mean,
you wear a lot of hats. You wear a lot of hats.
I got 2 keyboards, a mixer, and 1, 2, 3, 4 screens here. So it's quite a feat. After I'm done with the 2 hours, I got to tell you, I'm a little tired. So anyway, it's a lot.
I can imagine you're juggling a lot of balls. But I called to talk about Doge and USAID.
Yeah, love to hear about it.
Yeah, I'm furious that my tax dollars have been used for transgender poetry in Bulgaria. I mean, that's outrageous. I nauseating that money was wasted on stuff like that.
Well, especially, the countries. It's bad enough that we're doing it here. But to do it in other countries, what the hell is that all about? It's crazy.
It's outrageous. But you know what else I'm pissed about that they were doing? In countries like the Congo and Uganda and Cameroon, they were sending a lot of medical people to fight horrible diseases like Ebola. Mm-hmm. I mean, how much money did we spend on travel to have those people go there? Why fight it over there? Just let those diseases come here and fight them here. Wouldn't we save a lot on travel? I mean, if Ebola comes here, we can just fight it here, right?
I'm not. I don't know. You're probably right in a way, but I'm not sure because I guess in a way, if they're trying to use this, they can say, well, we're trying to get it before it comes over here. But then again, I don't believe that anyway because I truly believe that our government is so nasty. Look what they did with COVID. With COVID, they Wuhan.
Another ridiculous program they were doing. They were sending people to Cambodia to help demine the country. Now, what do I care if a bunch of Cambodian kids step on mines and get blown up? Not to mention, now that we pull all those people out of Cambodia, our fine friends in China and their road and belt program, they'll just come in and fill the void. Isn't that great to get out of all these countries and have China fill that vacuum?
Okay, I know what we're doing here. Okay, keep going. This is getting interesting.
You didn't think of that stuff?
No, I'm just.
You were too excited. You were too excited about transgender poetry.
No, I know who we're talking to here. I'm not going to play games with you. I had a feeling.
I'm not playing a game. I'm making good points that you didn't think about.
No, it has nothing to do with it. It's just we don't need to be spending.
It has nothing. It has nothing to do. with
So here you're going after. Instead of I know that Pat he is. You're going after the few things that you think are okay. I know what you're doing, but you're not really.
So what few things? What we gutted the whole thing. What percentage of what USAID does? What percentage do you think was bullshit versus legit?
Most of it.
Most of it.
How did the leader of USA end up being worth $30 million 3 years later? And she makes $250,000 a year. How did she do that? How much are you doing that?
Maybe corruption.
Yeah, that's the whole point. To stop the corruption.
Wouldn't it be better if I was going to redo your house? Would it be better to go in with some experts and some tools, or would it be better to send a bunch of 20-year-old hackers in with flamethrowers? Which would be better?
Are we done here? You know what? First of all, did you know? Let me tell you something. You're not going to argue. You're not going to overtalk me. I can hang up on you. Let me tell you right now. The founders of this country. All right, you're almost there. The founders of this country. There were teenagers and a lot of them in their 20s. So now you're knocking the youth who happen to be brilliant and are not haven't been tainted with all this crap.
Those guys are brilliant at coding. They're not brilliant at solving.
How do you know that?
Problems.
How do you know that? See, here's the problem with your side. You assume things.
Dave, you're better off with callers who just want to shout, "Go MAGA!"
No,
go MAGA.
Has nothing to do with it.
Really
but what you do is you're trying to manipulate. Listen, I'm not going to play games with you. Have a good day. I had a feeling that was the idiot. And you're right. What an idiot. And Jim's right. We will save good programs. Trump will not. But his point, you know what he was trying to do. He's trying to actually, his argument's very weak. What he's trying to do, and I figured that's what it was. Because he first started out with that because when you do things, you play defense, and then I could hear him. It's like, oh, okay. Now we're going to find a good reason why we save 98% of the waste that's there for the 2% that may be good. And, Jim, you're right. They'll save the good programs. They'll save the good programs. And, frankly, I'm sick of our money going everywhere. And this guy's full of it. This guy's full of it. So, yeah, I got on to him pretty quickly when he started saying it is great. It's, yeah, okay. I knew it was good. I know how to do that. And how was the quality of your call? The guy's a jackass. There you go. No, I've seen it more and more. So it just, whatever. You know, Mr. Caller, you can do whatever you want, and you can make excuses for this. You're one of the people that I talk about. You've got a bunch of dumbasses like you who come out and you defend this crap. And then he starts knocking. I guess they were going to knock, who was it? Oh, the press secretary because she's young. You talk about young idiots. The young idiots on your side of the aisle have green hair, half a head of hair. They don't know if they're male or female. They have a chip on their shoulder, and they're very violent. That's who you're defending. It's sad. You know, these are the people on the other side, and they'll go ahead and make that argument. No, I don't have a problem having a reasonable discussion with somebody, but it gets to a point where his argument's weak, and he's trying to justify the 98%. I'm just put a number: 98% of USA that's bad because 2% of it's good. That's really what it amounts to. And by the way, if you get 2% on a test, you fail. And these guys don't know what they're doing. Well, you know what? We've got a bunch of so-called people who were elected, and they don't know what they're doing. Are you telling me that Jasmine Crockett is smart? The gal's a complete moron, just like Maxine Waters. They're both black, so that makes me a racist. See, no matter what you do, they're going to run with this in every way they can. So if you missed the call, it was an idiot lefty. He's called before. I had a feeling that's what it was, and he's playing games, trying to use whatever little logic he thought he had, but it's not working. The administration will show the evidence, not simply pull an Adam Schiff and say the evidence. And you know what part of the issue was too, and they were talking about this. The Elon people were talking about this. In a lot of the entries, they didn't even know what it was for.